Breaking news, Donald Trump has filed a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit against the legacy media. This does not really come as a surprise. Donald Trump's relationship with the media has been contentious for years. They have attacked him ruthlessly and relentlessly in the press since even before he became president, frankly. Here's a news article from The Guardian. Trump sues for billions from media he says is biased against him. So I'm interested to see how this article is going to be biased or not. President-elect intensifies long-standing media hostility by filing lawsuits against New York Times, CBS, and others. With only 2 months left until Donald Trump returns to the White House, the president-elect and convicted felon has been waging lawfare by a flurry of lawsuits against media companies and publishers that have been critical of him. Lawfare is what they have done to him, not what he's doing to you. The lawsuits come amid growing fears of what a second Trump term would mean for press freedom as Trump intensifies his longstanding hostility against the media, which he called the enemy camp, in his victory speech last week. On Thursday, Columbia Journalism Review revealed that just days before the presidential election, Trump's lawyer, Edward Andrew Palcic, issued a letter to the New York Times and Penguin Random House that demanded $10 billion in damages over articles critical of Trump. The letter joins a series of frivolous lawsuits against other media companies that Trump has accused of politically targeting him. He has 100% been politically targeted, people. The letter, which CJR reviewed, accused the article's authors Peter Barker, Michael Schmidt, Susan Craig, and Russ Buettner for false and defamatory statements about Trump, adding that the New York Times is a full-throated mouthpiece of the Democratic Party that wages industrial-scale libel against political opponents. Yes, true. According to CJR, the letter pointed to two specific stories by Buettner and Craig that related to their latest book, Lucky Loser, how Donald Trump squandered his father's fortune and created the illusion of success. That doesn't sound accurate. The letter also pointed to a 20 October article by Baker titled For Trump, A Lifetime of Scandals Heads Towards a Moment of Judgment, as well as a 22 October article by Schmidt titled As Election Nears, Kelly Warns Trump Would Rule Like a Dictator. Addressing the New York Times, the letter accused the outlet of harboring every intention of defaming and disparaging the world-renowned Trump brand, and consumers have long associated with excellence, luxury, success, and entertainment, hospitality, and real estate, among many other industries, as well as falsely and maliciously defaming and disparaging him, a candidate for the highest office in the United States. In response to the letter, the newspaper referred Palcic to Penguin Random House over his accusations about Buettner, and Craig's book said that it stood by their reporting. A person familiar with the matter told CGR. CGR further reported that on November 5th, lawyers for Trump campaign co-chief Chris LaCivita issued a letter to the Daily Beast demanding that the outlet correct its articles that stated LaCivita's raised $22 million to help Trump's reelection. In response to the letter, Daily Beast added an editor's notes to its article stating, based on further review of FEC records, the correct total is $19.2 million. The Beast regrets the error. The article also has been updated to make clear that payments were to Lascivita's LLC and not to Lacivita personally. Yet the note was insufficient to Trump's campaign. A follow-up legal letter to the outlet said the note does not remedy the overall messaging of the story, which depicts Mr. LaCivita as deceptively pocketing campaign money for his own personal gain, and he was and is on the verge of being fired because of it. The entire narrative is completely false and as a result of malicious and irresponsible reporting by the Daily Beast. In addition, to the New York Times Penguin, Random House, and the Daily Beast, Trump and his campaign lawyers have sued CBS News, alleging in a lawsuit last month that its 7 October interview with Kamala Harris in 60 Minutes was edited and hence was election interference. Yes, it was edited. They didn't just edit it. They removed an answer to a question and replaced it with an answer from a different question in order to have her appear more legitimate. The 19-page brief sought $10 billion in damages and accused CBS of going into overdrive to get Kamala elected. It has also accused the outlet of partisan and unlawful acts of voter interference through malicious, deceptive, and substantial news distortion. In response, CBS called the lawsuit completely without merit, denied that the interview was edited, and vowed to vigorously defend against the lawsuit. Around the same time, Trump complained to the Federal Election Commission about the Washington Post, accusing it of making illegal in-kind contributions to the Harris campaign. The Washington Post, which refused to endorse a political candidate this year at the direction of billionaire owner Jeff Bezos. Yes, no paper should be supporting any political candidate. They're supposed to be unbiased. Who later called Trump's re-election an extraordinary political comeback, said the allegations were improper and without merit. In response to Trump's re-election victory and his repeated attacks against journalists, the Committee to Protect Journalists has called Trump's threats against the press a clear and direct danger to media freedom. You existing as a media organization is a clear and direct danger to media freedom. You are the enemy of the people. Yes, the left-wing thwarted news media. The hostile media climate fostered Donald Trump's first presidency, expected to continue in his forthcoming second term, poses great risk to media inside and outside the country. Echoing Reporters Without Borders issued a similar statement following Trump's win, saying, attacking the press is really attacking American citizens' right to know. Trump's new administration can and must change its tune with the media and take concrete steps to protect journalists and develop climate conducive and robust pluralistic news media. I do not think that is going to happen. I think Donald Trump is going to continue his lawsuits against the media. I think the media has been incredibly and unethically irresponsible in their coverage of Donald Trump and the Republican Party, not just during his first presidency. They have favored the Democratic Party. The majority of the media has completely become illegitimate to where United States citizens no longer take them seriously. CNN is talking about massive layoffs, including Anderson Cooper. MSNBC is currently for sale by Comcast. This may be the action that sets the trend and completely turning upside down the mainstream media and putting them out of business for good, as they should be. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, listen, if you like this content, we are live every night at 8 p.m. Make sure you jump on YouTube, Rumble. Listen to our podcasts on Apple, Spotify, Buzzsprout, you name it. We're on it, and we will see you next time.